Hello, we're on day 10 and I've just done a shorter video on my Instagram, and then here is a longer version for you. So I've given, following on from yesterday, which was when you are thinking about getting a space within a centre, if we've now committed, so we're going for it, and just a couple of things to think about before you actually sort of when you're on the verge of moving in, so just to make things a bit easier for you. So number one is planning your stock that you want to take into the centre. So that means having a range of price points. The stock is suitable for the customers that are there, and does the stock that you're putting on first complement you and your style. If you think about it, rather than being a pitch within a centre, think about it as your shop, so your identity within the centre, rather than just a pitch of one of many. So it's you and your shop in there. And then number two, I would say to price everything up beforehand. It just seems to take a lot longer to price stuff. I don't know what happens, but when you're pricing stuff on the pitch, it just seems to take a lot longer. And sometimes you haven't got then time to think about what price it is that you really want to put on the item. So pricing your labels. On my little, I order the card labels, the little swing tags, and the sticky labels from Vistaprint, and on those I have my pitch number, which is my code, and then I also have the pound sign, which is only a small thing, but it just saves a little bit of time writing a pound sign, but it just helps me. So those are the two little things I have on each of my labels, and they're all branded Gorge Home, so people can look at your pitch and they can see it. So that would be my number two tip. And then number three is deciding how you want your pitch to feel to the customer. So your little shop within the shop there, do you think about the stock that you're taking, that it all works together, whether you've got different, and I'll come on to those bits, but how you're displaying stuff. Are you sort of creating and grouping stuff together? So just a general feel, and it might be worth doing a little setup before you go so that you can get an idea. And I suppose it's okay if it's not perfect from day one. I don't suppose it will be, and it'll sort of grow and evolve as you go on. But just to have in your mind as you're starting to mean to go on, having a clear focus of how you want your space to look and feel within the centre. And then number four is to take a few practical layered bits, so it might be shelves or crates to add height and interest, so everything isn't so flat. Have you got baskets if you're grouping stuff together in baskets? So if those things are not going to be for sale, you're writing on your tag not for sale or NFS, because otherwise people will ask. If you are selling stuff that you're using as display as well, which is what I do, make sure that there's not tons of smalls on those bits that are for sale, because when the centre's busy, the staff are working hard to get the stuff out the door with the customer, and if they're having to unload loads of little smalls, it's then where do they put them within your shop now, and then if they're going to end up on the floor. So if you haven't got time to go, some of them will call you and say, we've sold this thing, so come down as quick as you can and sort it out. But they're really busy, so try not to give them more work than they need to have. And then number five is, don't put absolutely all of your stock and all of your nicest things, because when you're saving stock for opening your first pitch, or you're saving stock for a nice fair that you're going to, you want to sometimes tempted to just put it all out at once. So try and hold back a few bits so that when you sell, and hopefully you sell well from day one, you have stuff to replace it as well. So just think about that, and think about what you're putting in, you've got a mix of price points as well. So always thinking about the customer that goes in there, and how it looks, how it feels to them. Is it clearly priced? Is everything obvious? If you don't want to have any trade, think about what discounts you want to offer, and then let the staff know that in advance, so to make their life a bit easier as well. If you don't want any trade, it's no trade on your ticket NT, so that the staff know that. So just trying to think of little things that makes your life and the centre run as smoothly as possible. So keeping stuff back so that you can refill. Sometimes when you've put all of your best stuff out and you sell it, you've then trying to find stuff to put back in, and if it's not as good a quality as the stuff that you'd put in, it's a little bit of a disappointment for possibly the customers, but also for you, because you feel like it isn't as good as your first picking. So and then the last one is linked onto that, which is to, when you've done your pitch, don't be trying not to be put under too much pressure, because you've tried your best. Try not to overthink it, but stand back after you've done it and look at it through the customer's eye, and possibly, if you can, leave and go and have a cup of tea or something, and come back and do the walk from the front door, or from sort of the bit that comes into your area, and then look at it as the customers, which way they'll be walking in. If they'll be walking in from both sides, just make sure there's something that catches their eye there, and it's obviously you, branded as it's your style, and it's inviting and people want to walk in. So just think about the customer, and have a stand back and think about it from their point of view. Do a little video through if you want to, and watch it back on the video. So good luck, and those are my 6 tips for that. And good luck if you are opening or thinking of opening a booth in an antique centre. I hope the ideas are helping, so you can follow along and see what we're doing for day 11 tomorrow. So I'll see you soon. Bye.